Hey, my name is Ken Walker. I'm a lead on the Orion project. What I'm going to show you is some new Git support that's going into Orion 7.0. I'll just show you the kind of simple workflow, two people trying to use the same Git repository. So I'll use a couple of browsers and I'll try to explain which user I'm using at that particular time. So another thing we have is different login opportunities for Orion 7.0. So I'm going to log in using my GitHub account. This one's already set up where I've actually already authenticated to GitHub. So this is me. I'm logged in as Ken Walker, and I've got a few projects here. One in particular is this one called Git Demos. It doesn't have many files in it. It's got a readme .md, which is a markdown file, and a readme.txt. If I go to the Git page, when I click on it, it'll take me to the context of the Git view that reflects that particular folder's Git repository. What we've done is we've made it look a little like, say, a Twitter feed or something like that, where on the left-hand side we've got, the changes that you have active in your workspace for that project. We have anything outgoing, so this would be commits that are ready to push. We have incoming things from people that might have pushed something to that repository that you haven't merged or rebased or something. And then this is the history. So the history is just all the commits for this particular Git repository. Over on the right-hand side is information about the commits. So this is the files that have changed, and you can see the differences in those files by opening the triangle. So this one is just an addition of a readme.txt or added a little information. Here's the first commit from Bitterboy over on the side. We've got side-by-side comparison. You can also turn on inline comparison between those two commits, or sorry, for that commit, and many other options. But what I really wanted to show was just the simple workflow. I'll do another video with kind of more complex workflows in the future. So this is logged in as me, as Ken Walker. So I'll go back to my view on this folder. So let's switch to another browser instance, and this is for another user. And I'm going to log in with my GitHub ID, but I haven't authenticated it yet. So let's log in. Log in as me. And I have no projects. So what I'm going to go is go to GitHub, take the URL for this simple project, and I'm going to go to the Git view for my pretty much empty Orion workspace. And I'll clone that repository. There it is, it's already done. It's showing me my list of repositories. Of course, I only have one. So this is the view that I would see after cloning that repository. Of course, I have no outgoing working directory changes or incoming changes. I just have the history of what's already gone on. So let's go look at this code and see what's in there. Oh, cool, it's got a README. Here, I'll show you the difference between this user, Bitterboy, and if I go to the Safari, you'll see that I've changed the default colors for the text editor, so you know who I'm working with. So let's add a simple change here. Hi from Bitterboy. So I've got autosave already turned on, so my changes are committed. When I to the file on the fly kind of thing. So if I go to the Git view, it refreshes, and you'll see that in the working directory changes, it says 1 file changed, 0 files ready to commit. Over on the right-hand side, it shows me my list of changes. So it might have more than one file in here. And if I want to commit this change, I just enter a commit message, test, and you'll see that it's a little bit red here. It says you have 0 files selected. It's showing you that you're about to do an empty commit, because I might have more than one file in this list. I'll pick that single file and I'll commit it. Now over on the left, I have an outgoing change, a test from Bitterboy. There's more information if you really want it, but really this list should be just simple and concise to what's going on. And I could either push it or I could synchronize the changes between those two things. Let's do the standard Git flow that people understand. So let's just push that change. Guess what? I haven't actually pushed anything yet from this new account, so I have to authenticate. and what I'll do is I'll tick the box that says don't prompt me again. So that'll remember my settings for a while. So now you'll see the history is a test, and the other ones that are done by me. This is my change. That's in line, or if I want, I can look at that side by side. Those are the changes. Now let's go back to the Ken Walker browser and look at our Git page. When this Git page loads, it will do an automatic fetch, and you'll see that I have this incoming change. I can look at it, and either I could rebase my commits, merge them, but I can also use this synchronization button, which says fetch from the remote branch. It rebases your commits by removing them from head, etc., etc. So this is like, make me look like what's in the repository and push any changes that I have outgoing into the remote. So if I push that button, you'll see that it says fast forward. Really, there was nothing to do other than to rebase the commits that are outgoing or incoming, sorry, on my local. So let's do a change on my side and see what it looks like from the other person's side. So let's add, say, an image. I happen to have an image here. It's Ken's image. We'll drag and drop it into the browser, and we'll use a little content assist here for an image. Ken, it's ken300.jpg, and it's Ken. So there's our change. Now we've added a file, and we've also modified this readme.md. Let's go to the Git page, say added an image, an image. We'll select all of those files to go out in that commit. We'll commit it, and again we'll just press the sync button. It's pushing, done. So those are all the changes here. If we go back to this view and refresh, we'll see that the incoming changes are here. There's changes to the README, and there's also an image. And the same thing for this user, I can just press sync. So this is the very simple version of two people working on one Git repository, pushing their changes, adding files, removing files, and it's very, very simple to use. It's very, very quick to use. There's lots of other options in here that I could get to in a future video. We've got a way to filter this view, so I could just look at things from Ken. I'm filtering my view for any of the commits that might come from Ken. I can clear that, and now I see all the commits. So there's lots of stuff that can be taken to the next level with this view. It has many, many, many features, such as stashing and creating branches and tags and hooking up to additional remotes. But I think for now, this is a very simple example of two people using the Orion Git page and committing and synchronizing their changes with each other. So with that, I'll log out for this user and look forward to another video from me. Cheers.